Welcome to Big Red Leads. I'm Big Red, getting you and your business back to the black. I hope everyone's well out there. Um, it's more of a message today than it is an actual teaching tool, which I guess a message can be a teaching tool. But let's get right into it because I have somewhere to be today. I have a very important meeting, but I wanted to touch base with everybody because it's something that I've had to come to an understanding of for myself. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of you out there that have gone through this, have experienced this, and that's knowing how to be alone. I'm not talking about you being lonely and needing the company of a friend or a boyfriend, a girlfriend, even a husband or wife, but actually being alone and learning about yourself. Like, there are so many examples that I can give. That's why my mind is kind of lethargic at this point. But like, I'm trying to gather these thoughts on the fly with you guys, and let's be honest, like being alone is what teaches you how to be you, and at the same time, you can actually focus on the things that you actually want to improve upon. You should know you better than anyone else. So if you're running around with delusions of grandeur and not paying attention to the mistakes that you made throughout your life or recent mistakes, whether it be at your job, your business, employees, relationships, there's something powerful in that being alone. And there's a level of confidence that comes from understanding that I don't have to be attached to anything. Now, in in some cultures and some beliefs, like being alone is a part of true growth. I mean, for a period of time. So, are you willing to do that? Trust me, I know plenty of people who have never been alone, and the thought of being alone scares scares the living daylights out of them. So, what is it that you're pursuing? What is it that you're learning about yourself in those moments of um, just quiet? Whether it's alone in study, whether it's alone in just research, um, writing down the positives and negatives of yourself, and then writing down a list of things that, like I said, you want to improve upon, and things that you can actually do within a reasonable amount of time. Maybe you want to just lose 5 pounds. You know, maybe you want to start eating healthier. Okay, what is it that you're addicted to? Is it the sugar cravings that you're having? Is it sugar in general? Is it the fatty foods that tend to cause us health problems later on down the line? Whatever it is for you, understand that if you're made in the image of God, that means all your answers are within you. But most people are not willing to sit with themselves. And when I'm saying being alone, doesn't mean that you have to not necessarily have a relationship, but whether you're engaged, you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or you have a husband, you have a spouse. It doesn't mean that you have to sort of break up with these people to actually be alone, but set a time, set aside some time for yourself to actually enjoy those moments alone, and realize that, and sit with your thoughts. A lot of times we get caught up in the everyday hustle and bustle of just trying to make it or trying to get by or trying to get over or trying to get ahead, that we have a tendency to leave ourselves out of that equation. That's why when we talk about, take care of yourself, treat yourself as if you are dependent to yourself. You have to, like this year particularly, I'll use myself as an example. This year, I made a promise to myself that I would start spoiling myself a little bit, going out and spending my money on me. I'm so accustomed to helping people here, helping people there when I can, tossing a few dollars here and there, that over the past several years, I really haven't done anything for myself. And that's what brings me to this, and then once I started spending more time with myself, and mind you, I've done this over the years, just kind of dip away. And my friends who know, they know what I'm doing. But I'm not reaching out to folks for help or assistance. Not that I need it, but only because I actually have to have it in that moment, or I need it in that moment, whether it be a mentor or just a friend who's willing to listen. At the same time, you have to have those conversations with yourself. It might sound a little out of whack or out of pocket, or maybe even crazy to some folks, but do you talk to yourself? Believe it or not, actually speaking these questions, or putting your voice to these questions and allowing your mind to ramble through your files, your mental files, for the actual answers, you would not believe how quickly your brain will, once it gets rid of the nonsense and the quote-unquote distractions that are going on up here, how quickly you'll be able to actually focus and resolve your own issues and problems, and even maybe go back and rectify the mistakes that you've made. It's a powerful way to replenish some things that could be missing from your day-to-day life, from your interactions with others. And, the old saying, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. You'll appreciate the relationships you have a little more by spending time alone. It's very rare that a couple can be together, work together, and be around each other damn near 24 hours a day. And at a certain point, not grow apart like that. It's very rare. It's very rare. So what do you do that, let's say, your partner doesn't do? What hobbies, what things are you working on, that might not be in alignment with what your partner agrees with or what your partner does? You have to have these things. That's why it's more important for a young man or a man to be on purpose, because his purpose is the thing that he's focusing on. And once that has begun serving that purpose, living for that purpose, he will appreciate everything else in his life a lot more. I can honestly tell you that me as a young man in my early 20s, I was very selfish in a lot of ways. And the more and more time I actually dove into myself and looked at my behavior, looked at the actions I was taking, looking at the way I spoke to people, and the way that I just interacted with people in general, it was a total 180 from not spending time with myself, not having that those moments of solitude to quote unquote check myself, prune the ego, if you will. Those are needed in the space, and some people will get this message, some won't. It's okay, but I want you to think about how often do you spend time alone with your own thoughts, and then move from there. I mean, everyone that I know that has done this or is in the process of doing this more often for themselves, the benefits are just huge. Some people take to the extreme and just break up with their girlfriends. Some just walk away from a relationship that had all the foundational pieces that would be deemed pretty solid, which, like I said, those are the extremes. But spending time with yourself is way more beneficial for everyone else involved in your life. So just want you to think about that, marinate on that, and I think that's pretty much it, my friends, like, for today anyway. Like I said, love you all. Spend more time with yourself. Actually let your thoughts work themselves and work through it, like, and let the work on you. Like, self-evaluation is not a bad thing, and definitely checking yourself, seeing where you came up short, seeing what you can improve upon, seeing what you can actually do better in the spaces. And obviously there's another level of appreciation that will come from the relationships that are there, that are solid, that are actual friendships. So look into it, try it out for yourself. Love you all, my friends. Talk later. Have a good one. This is Big Red saying peace. Like, subscribe, comment. Other than that, have a great day. Spend a little time alone. It's beneficial. Trust. Peace.